there, my name's Helana Black from DigitalWellPublisher.com. I'm a writer, editor, and book coach, and I am answering questions on day number 3 of the 10 days of questions about independent book publishing. And today I have a question from one of my readers. It says, how do you know when a book is ready for editing? Okay, how do you know when a book is ready for editing? And I love this question because one of the things that I used to do before I became a freelance writer, before I started working with entrepreneurs on writing books, is that I used to be a GED teacher, and I taught writing, and so I would work with a lot of adults, from young adults through senior citizens on basic literacy, working to complete their GED, as well as transitioning from GED into the community college. And even after about 12 years of doing that work, I actually did work in several community colleges on helping people to transition from sort of that basic level writing into college level writing. Okay, so I got a lot of experience in helping people improve their writing. And one of the things that was always interesting to me is that my students always felt that somehow professional writers would put words out onto a piece of paper. They would write a sentence, and somehow they would always think that the first sentence that they would put out was somehow perfect. And they felt inadequate because they felt like they were unable to do that. And one of the things that I always had to explain was that the process of writing is truly rewriting and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. And so once they were able to free themselves from feeling like their writing had to be perfect, once they understood that writing was really something that you had to work on a regular basis, or things that you have to struggle with, to find the right word to be able to describe something in the appropriate manner, they were a lot more free to be able to express themselves through writing. And so I just wanted to share that with you all as well. Writing is rewriting, and so the process of editing is ongoing. You're always editing your work, So when you're writing a book, there's actually several stages that you go through. Of course, hopefully you start out with a strong idea, and then you go into writing a really strong outline, and then of course you want to start filling in that outline with great information, few great stories, and you want to be able to make sure that you're just dumping all your ideas out on the paper. This is what I call the first crappy draft, right? So the first crappy draft is the first one that you write. And then you leave it alone for a little bit, you come back to it, you start wrestling with some of the chapters again, and you can just keep writing and rewriting and writing and rewriting and writing and rewriting until you just get to a point where you're just sort of reading the same old sentences over and over and over again, and there's really nothing else that you can change. Then that's the point where you know it's time to perhaps hire an outside editor to be able to work with you on your book. So you can hire someone to do that for you. You can also get someone within your own particular community so that you can, just offer it to them and see what their thoughts on what it is that you're writing are. You can get someone to help you with various parts of your writing. So the editing process is really ongoing. And if you get a really good editor, they'll be able to help you move past some of those stumps that you had when you were doing that first crappy draft and you just got to a point where you just couldn't write anymore and you just had questions about the work. They should be able to help you see with new eyes the book that you're working on. Okay? And at that point, you can decide to hire 1, 2, sometimes 3 editors. Some people go through just to make sure that they're getting the best book possible. Okay, so the process of editing is ongoing until you decide that you're done, and even when you decide that you're done, there may be some things that you still may want to change, but you go ahead and you trust that you're going to put it out there anyway and it'll still work. So that's my answer. My name's Helana Black from digitalwellpublisher.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today.